The entire palace was filled with agitation as Queen Akugo was in labor trying to give birth. "My king, please be at peace, all will be well. This time you will receive a good news from the midwife," Chief Azana said to King OBIDIKE, who was walking about restlessly. "How will you tell me to be at peace when the queen has had stillbirth not once but twice?" King OBIDIKE yelled. "I believe this third one will be different. Let's believe that this time the god of our land will help the queen to give birth successfully," Chief Azana said. "Guard!" King OBIDIKE called out. "Yes, my king," one of the guard responded. "Go and bring the chief priest to the palace immediately," the king commanded. "Okay, my king," the guard responded as he ran out of the palace. Some minutes later, the guard came back with the chief priest. "Greetings, my king, you summoned me," said the chief priest as he bowed to the king. "I summoned you because I want you to be present while the queen put to birth. Do whatever incantation to make sure the queen doesn't have a stillbirth again," the king ordered the chief priest. "Yes, my king," the chief priest responded as he brought out his items from his bag and laid them on the floor to begin his incantation. After a few hours, the midwife walked up to the king with a baby on her arm. "Congratulations, my king. It's a male child," the midwife announced as she handed the baby over to the king. "May the gods be praised," King OBIDIKE shouted as he raised the baby up. "Finally, I have an heir. His name will be called Ugana," King OBIDIKE announced. The chiefs and the palace servants rejoiced. The king handed over the baby to the chief priest. "Look into the child's future and tell me what his future holds," the king said to the chief priest. After a few minutes, the chief priest speaks up. "My king, your son has a bright future. He will make a good king," the chief priest said. "That's a good one," the chiefs chorused as they shook their head in excitement. "You have checked that of my son. Also look into my future. I want to be aware and careful of unforeseen circumstances," the king said. "That's right," the chiefs chorused. The chief priest shook his head. "Speak up. What did you see?" the king asked. "My king, I saw your downfall," the chief priest replied. "What? My downfall?" the king exclaimed. "Yes, my king," the chief priest replied. The chiefs muttered to themselves. "What on earth can result to my downfall? Tell me," the king shouted. "My king, the child that will lead to your downfall is being born the same day with your son," the chief priest said. "You mean a mere child that is being born today will lead to my downfall in the future?" the king questioned. "Yes, my king," the chief priest answered. "Never, never! A great king like me can't go down. No one can bring me down," the king shouted. "Guards!" the king shouted. "Yes, my king," the guards chorused. "Go into the village and kill every child that is being born today, regardless of the family status," King OBIDIKE commanded. The guards bowed to the king in response to his command. "Kill all, spare no babies," the king shouted as he watched the guards march out of the palace. "My king, you can't kill all innocent babies just because of the prophecy of the chief priest," said Chief Azana. "Yes, my king. How do you expect their mothers to cope with the pain of seeing their babies being slaughtered?" Chief Okizi said. Other chiefs muttered in agreement with what Chief Azana and Okizi said. "Enough! Do you all expect me to sit down and watch that child grow up to cause my downfall?" King OBIDIKE shouted. Meanwhile, the guards went into different homes and midwives' apartments to slaughter newborn babies. Sounds of cry and scream filled the entire village as blood of infants was shed. Mothers held their lifeless babies as they weep uncontrollably. Uchenna, who was coming back from his trade, saw what was happening in the village. He quickly ran home to meet his pregnant wife. On getting home, his wife was already in labor. "Congratulations, it's a female child," the midwife said to Uchenna. "Thanks," Uchenna responded as he paid the midwife off. "My husband, isn't she beautiful?" Ogadinma asked as she smiles at her baby. "Yes, she is beautiful," Uchenna replied as he packed their belongings. "My husband, why are you packing our belongings? And why are you so tensed?" "What's the matter?" Ogadinma asked. "We have to run away. The king's guards are killing newly born babies in the village, and I wasn't expecting that you will give birth today. I can't let them kill my only child, Uchenna said. Ogadinma started crying after hearing all what Uchenna said. I have gotten few of our belongings. Come on, let's run through the back door, Uchenna said as he held Ogadinma's hand. While they were running, the king's guards saw them and ran after them. Ogadinma became so scared as she firmly held her baby,